last Thursday in that Arizona Senate hearing with these investigators who've been searching and looking into this election where a lot of things didn't add up. They said that the wrong type of paper was used. It wasn't the right type of paper. And the printing of those ballots, the alignment was off anywhere from 1,000 to 3,000%. They want more information. They want to investigate that more because that means a lot of votes could have been counted the wrong way, possibly were thrown out. We don't know exactly. But I, for one, as a voter, I want to know my vote counted. And I was handed a Sharpie, and I'm not so certain that it did now. This gives me a great pause, and I want more information on it. And I know other voters want more information. I frankly think, from what we're already finding in Maricopa County, that every voter in all of Arizona deserves to have their ballot looked at, and we need to maybe look at expanding this audit from just Maricopa County into all of the counties of Arizona.
Okay, welcome to the War Room. It is Wednesday, the 21st of July, the year of our Lord 2021. That's Carrie Lake. Carrie is in a primary in Arizona running for governor, the Republican primary. She's calling now for, and she only had a chance there, she did a lot more about the details of the Arizona audit, but she's now calling for an audit, just not to expand to Pinal and Pima County, but to the whole entire state. I want to bring in Boris Epstein for the latest Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania. Boris, you heard Carrie Lake, a candidate running.
Yes.
Everybody that's now in the hunt politically is saying, hey, whether it's Georgia, Arizona, and we've got the 3 November movement that says full forensic audits in all 50
Correct.
states. Dave Clements, Captain Seth Keschel, and the team over at America First Audits over at Telegram expands every day now, significantly over 100,000 citizens piling into these chat rooms. They're going to crowdsource this. Give us an update. Let's start in Arizona where Carrie Lake is. What's the latest there, Boris?
Steve, the latest is great to be with you. Great to be with the MAGA Brain Trust. That's the audience, the viewership of the show. The latest is this. The latest is that the count of the discrepancy continues. They continue to count the ballots as we speak in Arizona. One of the machines was out. These are old school machines. Think about treasury machines, bake machines. One of the machines was out. Now it's actually getting to be back online. So they're about a third of the way through that count of the ballots. And they expect to be finished at some point next week. There continues to be a discrepancy. The amount of discrepancy varies as they go from pallet of ballots to pallet of ballots. From what I'm hearing, they have not yet gotten to the pallets where the most problematic boxes and batches of ballots were. So they are continuing that process. The other 8 points are extremely significant. I am hearing to expect subpoenas dropping to reconcile the discrepancies that we discussed last week. The 74,000 more mail-in ballots returned that were requested, the over 10,000 voters added to the rolls who voted on November 3rd, and other very significant discrepancies, including the wiping of the access logs. So look for more subpoenas to drop in Arizona. The county recorder, the Maricopa County recorder, Riche, continues to say that, oh, I'm with President Trump, and I'm with this movement for election integrity, but yet the routers haven't been turned over. Their information hasn't been turned over. We know the passwords haven't been turned over. Here's the bottom line. We know that this election in Maricopa was hacked, okay? Was hacked. We know there are deep discrepancies that between the numbers of ballots that should have been turned over for the audit and what was certified, all right? So the bottom line is that more information is going to come out. It's going to come out slowly. We've got to be patient, but more information is coming, and a lot of it is coming under subpoena.
But if you tell me about subpoenas, then that means Maricopa County is not turning over anything voluntarily. We've got to go back to court, is basically what you're saying. Except for this count that's going to come out. The difference between ballots you got on hand and what the recorded vote is going to be explosive. That number has not come out yet. There is a discrepancy. Let's go to Georgia, because I think everybody realizes now Georgia is the festering sore, and people in Georgia, the citizens, should be outraged at what's going on. What's the latest in Georgia?
Latest in Georgia is that there is right now, as we speak, a push to start inspecting the ballots now in Fulton County. That filing is in front of the Georgia State Supreme Court. There is a filing due in a lower court in Georgia on unsealing the 140,000 ballots in Fulton County, the absentee ballots. That response is due on Monday, the 26th. So I'm not sure that the state Supreme Court is going to get ahead of that response, but nevertheless, The move, the push to inspect the ballots right now has begun, and people in Georgia who are behind this, Favorito and others, Burt Jones, Brendan Beach, Vernon Jones, fully believe that just in Fulton County, if you inspect the ballots, there'll be more than enough ballots to overturn this election from Joe Biden to President Trump in Georgia.
They're actually talking. They're already talking about decertification there. Let's go to
Correct.
Pennsylvania. I understand that's a complete throwdown there with Shapiro and the supervisors in Philadelphia. They're not going to turn over anything. What do you know?
Absolutely. Shapiro, the supervisors in Philadelphia, and even the Secretary of State are telling the counties to not comply with the request, with a letter sent requiring a full forensic investigation by Doug Mastriano. Even York County, where it's a Republican county with a lot of Democrat precincts, they're being told not to comply. So what I'm hearing is there's 10 more days to comply. Likely you will not see compliance out of Philadelphia County at least, and then expect subpoenas. But we absolutely need for Jake Corman, the state Senate president, to do the right thing, to hire the right legal team, and give Doug Mastriano the backup that Senator Mastriano needs to fight this battle in court and get to a full forensic investigation of these and other counties in Pennsylvania.
We told the Patriots last week or a couple of weeks ago when Merrick Garland got in here, let us start flying. You're going to be in court with subpoenas in Arizona. You're going to be in court with subpoenas in Georgia. You're going to be in court with subpoenas in Pennsylvania and other places. Remember, they got 81 million votes, but they're not prepared to sit there and go, "Oh yeah, we won by such a landslide. We'll just rub your nose in it." They're going to fight you every step of the way, and we're going to win this every step of the way. Just